So he just automatically looks like he's fucking complaining about, like, abortion rights.
Your son looks like Alex Jones. It's horrible.
Alexis? I will raise him better than his father. I would love nothing more than to raise Alex Jones' children to hate him.
Oh.
Is that recording?
Yeah, we're all recording. We're keeping that in there too. I'm in my jams because I've been cleaning,
That's paint.
Working on things all day, and I
That's
haven't done
good
laundry.
for the show. Is that good for the show?
Yeah, people like that. People like
the
paint.
other day, about a week ago, I decided I was like, I need to start trying to wear nicer clothes. Just not too nice, but I want to look.
Yeah, be a fancy, dapper man. Yeah.
Well, I just want it to look good on camera because I watch the videos eventually, and I don't want to look at me looking like shit.
I'm in my pajamas.
It's rough. So I was like, I'm gonna start making sure I wear at least like pants that don't have like family stains on them and shit and work stains. Yeah, family stains, So tired. That's why I have the blue raz.
Bing bong.
Am I in shot?
You're in the shot. Yeah, we're both in the shot.
We're gonna shoot the shot.
I'll tweak it.
So the paint, there's paint on my fucking clothes. Anyway, it's from painting. It's because I did paint at one point. That's why.
Getting shocked by shit. Paint pants.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
So
we weren't sure that we were gonna do a show.
No, of course not.
We weren't sure that we were gonna do a show because Ben reproduced. Ugh.
So I had the baby.
You just had a baby.
I didn't do
like
it.
Just now, like 10 minutes ago. He left her in the middle of labor to come here and do this show. He was like, sorry, bitch. I've got work to do.
Don't put that on there because that will alienate a significant portion of the audience. They do not like... There was a lady who thought for a second the other day while I was at work that I might have done that because we implied... I was like, she's in the hospital, but she hasn't had the baby yet.
Yeah.
But it was implied that she was in the hospital with the baby, and I had just gone to work. And this lady was like, "Oh, your wife is in the hospital, and you're here at work?" And I was like, "Wait."
Even if that was true, like, shit, dude, you need to feed her when she's there at the hospital and pay for the bills at the hospital and like.
Yeah, okay, this
that's
is
the
actually
horrible reality of America.
I don't want to talk about my family too much, obviously, but this is a great jumping off point for something that's very real in this country, which is there is no maternity leave.
Yeah.
Which is like, so it's almost nobody's fault. I'm expected to both be at the hospital the whole time and work somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's madness. The expectation. It's expectation. The expectation.
Your expectation.
The expectation.
We inspect this expectation.
I will become expect your room soon, kid.
I am Expectia Crusoe.
My dad had a stroke. Damn. But
it's harsh.
Yeah, so like there isn't any kind of thing for that.
Yeah.
So
and we'll talk about it this week on the show that you're watching and or listening to. Now we will begin the show now where we will talk about those things. This is when we will start the show. Is that when I say these things?
And I'm Ben.
Is when the show starts.
And I'm Ben, and I'm Ben, and I'm Ben, and I'm Ben, and I'm Ben. You can do it now. You can end it.
I will have already done it. It'll be done in the middle of the I'm Ben, I'm Ben, I'm Ben. I'll put it in right as that ends. That's perfect.
So people want to see that. They don't want to see you fumble around trying to.
No, they love the and I'm
like,
Ben.
It's because of.
That's the next line of
You can tell
merch.
Forrest used to do speeches.
When we do, when I release the next T-shirt for the show, it'll just say "And I'm Ben," and that'll be because people love that. They're all about it.
I honestly could probably get the fans to do anything.
The fact that T-shirts for this fucking stupid shit exist, and the fact that more than a handful of people have bought them, that blows my mind.
They're all wonderful people. Anybody
that
supports this enough.
Anybody who's like, yes, I would love to listen to two fucking idiots sit on a couch and talk about fucking nothing. And I love it so much, I will pay like 30 of my dollars to wear a shirt to tell other people how much I love it.
Well, it really is like, ultimately, I don't want to get too far away from what we were trying to talk about, but ultimately it comes down to like the internet age and the way we stream media is like the ultimate form of what television would have become if it could have done that.
That's
right?
what I've
because
always
television
said.
was cable, right? It's cable TV eventually got into where it's like you order cable, you order packages because you're a specific type of consumer and you want this kind of content. Yeah. So you try to narrow it down and get as close to what you want to pay for as possible. Yeah. The internet is like the penultimate form of that, right?
Yeah,
because
can watch
you go to
whatever
YouTube
you want
and
for
you
free.
Subscribe to a guy down the street from you.
Yeah.
because you like his shit and you want to support it.
That's what I've always said, man, is that YouTube and like it's like I guess there's more platforms now, but really when I was saying this, it was mainly just YouTube. It's like this is the new Hollywood. Is that when the olden days of of the early 2000s before the dinosaurs? Exactly. It's like you had to find a guy. You had to find an agent. You had to be in the right place at the right time to get discovered. So many amazing people never got their chance because they just never met the right person or got in front of the right. And now
you just work yourself to death doing all 6 of those jobs Forrest just listed.
Exactly. And it's so much harder, but it's so much more opportunity. And so, like, it's crazy. I honestly, myself, personally, I wouldn't have it any other way.
It is both.
You get true creative freedom. The downside is you don't have anybody giving you, like, advice or showing you the ropes along the way. And so it's real easy to lose your platform by being a fucking idiot. Like, that's an issue. But, like, who knows? Maybe that helps weed out the idiots.
I think you got to be a certain kind of idiot, like unapologetic. Yeah. I genuinely think most people like do okay out there on the internet if they're just willing to accept criticism in a way that doesn't make them look like a fucking asshole. Don't
like if either don't read the comments or if you're gonna read the comments, have thick skin and don't let it get to you.
Comments don't matter, but when they do matter is when somebody actually has a genuine thing to say. That's when you want to
pay attention.
And it's not like, oh, you need to go in there and apologize to these people.
You just need to be self-reflective.
Yeah, but you at least need to internalize it and maybe even say something about it at some point.
That's what I would say. If anybody wants to get into fucking making podcasts, TikTok videos, YouTube videos, anything, call yourself every horrible name in the book until it doesn't matter anymore before you do anything.
I'll also say don't listen to me.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't have advice.
Everybody's different.
I'm not a podcaster. So anyway.
Maternity leave. Tell me about it.
That's it. That was it. We said they don't have it. I don't have it. There's not any.
Yeah.
So we had a C-section. Which means that it's a major surgery.
It's intense, yeah.
It is a major surgery.
They're literally cutting someone open.
Yeah. It's
not like popping a pimple.
And then they take the baby out.
Taking a whole human out of a hole.
They can fuck everything up on accident while they're in there, and these are trained professionals who don't fuck up under pressure. So like in there, and it was we had a situation this time around where it was a little bit more complicated because of where the placenta was located, and I didn't know until literally 8 months into the pregnancy why that was a situation. I had just been sailing through the whole thing like, I'm having a boy. It'd be great. Whatever. And then she was like, I was like, so what did it mean earlier when you and the doctor had that conversation? So she had a fucking, what's it called? An anterior placenta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I guess what happens is it's very rare, but there's a chance that if they accidentally nick it, because it's a shared organ, if they accidentally nick it while they're opening her up,
you bleed out.
Then, well, no, not necessarily bleed out. She get amniotic fluid into her like blood vessels, into her bloodstream, and then that's bad.
Oh wow, okay, that's worse than I thought.
That's like a system shock thing.
I just thought because it was still like so connected that there could be an issue of like.
I'm sure that can happen too, but it's the thing that would like give her like a 70% chance of like dying or whatever is the amniotic fluid in the bloodstream. Lord. That didn't happen.
Oh, good.
That didn't happen. I'm not. Yeah, I don't have to deal with that. And it went through my mind, and it was scary. And it goes through your mind a little bit every time you have a C-section because it is a major surgery. But this time it was even scarier. And while that all is going on, I'm also thinking about like, how many days can I realistically afford to take off work?
Yeah. Yeah.
All I'm thinking about is I hope my life partner stays with me for a little bit longer, and I hope that I can make enough money.
Yeah. How is that supposed, the fact that those are on the same brainwave, the fact that you thought about those two things in the same week is bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what kills me. Ugh.
Then ultimately I stopped myself and I was like, well, you got to just worry about what's going on right now.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
All I can worry about right now is this.
Yeah.
And
my problems are way worse because
What an interesting way to say that.
No, I was just gonna bitch about something Monday. I went to the dentist, and
Are you gonna talk about this again?
Well, I didn't talk about it before. It just happened.
Last episode. Did you go again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I went to the dentist. The last episode, I said I went.
You got a cleaning, and they said you were root canaled.
Did I talk about that on the last episode? There's no way. I talked to you about it.
The episode, here's the thing is I listened to our conversation about it on Spotify, so I'm pretty sure it happened.
I talked about the dentist on the podcast. I went into the dentist and they said that I need a bunch of fillings. I hadn't gone and gotten any of them yet.
Yeah, maybe that's what we talked about.
You're making me question my fucking sanity.
That's what we talked about.
Because my jaw still hurts. There's no way it's been a week.
We're not going to listen to the podcast on the podcast to confirm. Not again.
We did that once.
Yeah, not again.
What about that? Oh, man.
Either way, you went. Did you go? Have you gone twice?
So I went back and they did. So I have just a huge amount of cavities in my mouth because
it's the same story.
Yeah, because I've been in the dentist in like fucking 10 years, and so they're doing all the fillings on one side, and then they're gonna do all the fillings on the other side. And so I went in and they did all the fillings on one side.
Fucking Groundhog's Day.
That has happened now. We are now halfway through the dental work, and they started by cleaning all of the teeth on the left side and then did all the fillings. And so, I now can tell there's a very noticeable difference in the amount of, calculus I can feel on the right side of my mouth with my tongue. And my teeth over here feel completely different than my teeth on the left side, and it's driving me fucking insane. And there's a spot there right in the middle between my front teeth, between my front incisors. I can literally run my tongue up there and feel it's rough on one side and smooth on the other side, and it's disgusting. And I can't stop thinking about as I'm eating, as I'm drinking, as I'm just existing in this world. I can just tell how fucking gross half of my mouth is, and I can't stop thinking about it, and it's driving me up a fucking wall, dude. I am losing my mind. So have fun complaining about your little placenta problems. I'm over here with a weird mouth. I don't know what it's like. You don't know what real struggles are.
I'll make your mouth weirder. You keep talking like that. Listen, that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But your wife isn't gonna die if half your mouth is fucked up.
Probably not.
Maybe.
I gotta go to the dentist too.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah.
But healthcare and what?
I got a fucking, I got a sponsorship paycheck, and I'm just just immediately I'm going to go take care of this.
We need what time is it?
I don't fucking know. I'm in my pajamas. I built a chicken coop today. Oh god.
The chicken coop. He built a very nice.
I built the chicken coop today. It's 9:00.
Nice. How long have we been doing this?
We've been on for 13 minutes. We can cut it short this week.
13 minutes.
We've been doing for 13 minutes.
Just kidding. No, I just didn't know. I just wanted to know. I'm not saying anything about how long the show is.
Yeah.
The show will be how long it needs to be, and I don't give a fuck what my son says about it. He just got here.
He ain't gonna say shit. He doesn't know any better.
I hope he doesn't listen to this ever. He's gonna be like, wow, you hated me? I was 2 days old. Wah. He does that.
My son is also Waluigi. It turns out.
Yeah, he goes, wah. He says it's only been 2 days. It's only been one. He hasn't been alive for, there's no watch. We just hit 24 hours.
He's a little young.
He was born at 5-ish p.m.
He's like a baby.
A day ago. Yesterday.
He's for a baby, he's incredibly young.
He's so little. They're so fucking little. They're so tiny.
Well, yeah, it's a a baby, yo.
I know, but you can hold them with one hand.
You just eat them.
If you had like a box of babies like that size.
Like a Nerf football.
You could just throw them off. Anyway. So I'm excited, and I have that thing. So so we didn't know if we were going to do a show today for that reason and other reasons. And I was going to text you earlier. I was supposed to be back in town, as in away from the hospital by like 4 or 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what happened. I like fell asleep.
And now it's 9 p.m.
I fell asleep from the, I think the adrenaline rush of major surgery and seeing a new guy and welcoming him to this bullshit.
I don't understand why we name babies.
What do you mean?
Why don't you just wait until they can fucking talk and then just ask them what their name is?
Oh, I've been around some babies. They'd come up with the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd be like, my name is Red Ranger.
That would be a cool name for your life. Because eventually, if we let everybody name themselves shit like Red Ranger and Tyrannosaur and shit like that, eventually that would phase out and babies would be like, my name's fucking Jeff. Yeah. Like, yeah. Fucking dork. Get a real name. My name's Queef McFadden. Fucking, what's wrong with you?
Forrest. No.
Is that not rad?
That's why. The reason we don't do it is because like you're the type of person that would come up with that idea.
If I ever reproduce, I'm gonna give my kid a fucking dope ass middle name, like in quotation marks.
I mean, I think they.
I think I've told you about this. I'm gonna name my kid like fucking like Andrew the Seahawk Valkai. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm gonna put that on the birth certificate.
Allowed to do that, Andrew, huh?
I don't know. I just picked one.
It's Andrew.
I think that was the joke that we made when we first came up with this idea. But like,
names are funny.
Andrew's a terrible name. If your name's Andrew,
sorry,
fuck you.
Sorry, and fuck you.
Sorry.
All names are pretty rough when you think about it, though.
I apologize to all of the Andrews out there listening to the podcast.
Like if your name
Please
is
subscribe.
Forrest, I mean, like 1 out of the 3 Forrests that I know of was like a horrible person.
Oh yeah, no, there have been a lot of Forrests, and very few of them have been good.
And then there was that guy, the other guy too, who was in the movie.
Yeah,
he's
Forrest
not
Gump.
real. He's just fictional.
That came out when I was 1 year old, and so like my entire goddamn life, that's haunted me.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah,
it will. It will because here's the thing: it's a cinema classic. It's not going away.
I get people,
you know what is gonna go away?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, I can't wait. But like, what kills me is that like I am almost 30 goddamn years old, and I still have people older than me, people who are like 60, who like I'll be like, "Hi, my name's Forrest," and they're like, hey, kid, where's Jenny?" And they look at me like they just fucking came up with the best joke, and like I'm supposed to be like, you card! Like, I'm gonna freak out. Like, they're like, oh, run, Forrest, run! And I'm just over here like, oh, shit, you know what, though? When I was in fucking 2nd grade and someone said that to me, I thought it was fucking dumb as all hell. And the 8 billion other times I've heard it, I thought it was dumb as all hell. Who thought that when you said it, it'd be so funny. It'd be so funny that you'd said to me that life is like a box of chocolates today. Oh, it was great. What a great... Thank you, old man who understands how old I am and understands how time works and surely knows that someone else would have said that to me. You fuck. Oh, can't...
I didn't want to cut you off. I wanted to let you get all that out. Because it sounds like it's been in there for 31 years.
It's gonna be. In 2 years, it will be.
Oh, yeah, you're not.
I'm 29.
I'm 31. You're young and full of vigor. Vigor. Yeah, that sucks, man.
It's the worst.
I don't have that problem.
It's the worst. I would, like,
I
honestly.
understand the pain of it because I understand, like, I've had jokes that people try, like, if you work in retail, every time somebody hands you 100 and you check it.
And they're like, I printed it this morning.
Yeah, I just printed it this morning.
I used to be that guy, and then I realized that, like, every fucking person said, you know what I mean?
Yeah, really, you shouldn't say shit to people who are working.
If
That's what they want.
Yes.
And
if anyone's doing
but if
job,
you are, just be nice.
just shut the fuck up.
Just be nice.
If someone's doing
Don't try
a job.
to tell them a joke. If you think it's really good, they've probably heard it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if it's a good joke, somebody's already said it.
Like, there's a few. Like, if I actually come up with one on the spot, I might let it out. Like, one time I was out, like, buying some stuff.
Nobody wants to
like,
talk to you in public.
All the employees, it was on Christmas time, and there were, like, 3 employees. It was this little store, and they were all wearing elf ears. And I was like, oh, they're fucking hiring elves now? Gosh, this place is so progressive. Or something along those lines. Like, that was fresh off the cuff. And, like, that was a thing that I was like,
it's pretty edgy.
I know that's a dad joke, and I know it's cringy, but at least it hasn't been said a million times that fucking day. Like,
I mean, look, I don't know. I think...
if someone, like, comes to pick up my plate, and I have a clean plate, and they're like, how was it? I'm like, can't you tell? I hated it. Never do that. We should never do that.
We shouldn't talk about even, like, what cringe is, because we can't even... We're so outdated now.
We're the cringiest people in this room.
I think using the terminology cringe is cringe now.
Yeah, probably
I think we're obsolete as fuck.
We're phasing out.
From what I hear from, like, 19 to 22-year-olds, I'm old as fuck, and everything I say is dumb.
The youth have taught
me
that
They've told me that everything I say is
the
dumb.
world no longer belongs to me, and I'm very old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what...
They say that shit to us.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I have realized in this past year that I'm, like, separate from y'all now. It's unfortunate. I like you, and I support what you're doing.
But we is different.
Yeah, but you don't want me involved. I was like, okay, fine.
All right. Carry on.
I have, like, I've hung out and talked to and worked with a couple people that are, like, in the 19 to 22 range in the past couple, like, 6 months, and they're all very similar in the sense that they don't want anything to do with me. Yeah. I was like, that's fine, but they don't want to talk to me about anything, and it seems like they don't understand what I'm trying to say. So I just quit trying to say shit to them.
This fucking guy. Okay, so
I don't think they're stupid.
Yeah.
And I think we still agree about a lot of stuff. But it's like they don't care about anything.
When I was like...
They're very nihilistic.
When I was like 26 or 27, I was working at this job, and there's this guy that used to, like... We were just like pals. We hung around at work all the time, and we talked about stuff. But he was like 18. And like... I didn't realize until he told me, because I still feel like I'm fucking 16 in my head, you know what I mean?
I know.
And like...
But we're not. We're old.
I was like, hey man, like, you want to kick it sometime? Like, I'm going to cook dinner, like, if you want to come over and chill, like, that's fine. He's like, yeah, dude, we'll chill. And like, that kind of struck me. I was like, oh fuck, I'm like this almost 30-year-old dude. I'm going to hang out with this 18-year-old kid. How God, how fucking cringy am I? And I was like, you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Like, we hang out every day at work. We're buddies. It's cool. So he comes over, and
sometimes it is fine.
So he comes over, and I'm like, yo, dude, like, fucking, you fucking play a game or something? Like, yeah, dude, what do you got? I'm running through all the newer games, and he's like, oh shit, you have Halo 3. I was like, yeah, man, I'm that old. I have Halo 3. And it's like, dude, I love that game. I was like, no fucking way. And he just fucking demolishes me on match. Absolutely cleans the fucking floor with me. Absolutely. And I'm like, this kid is 10 years younger than me, kicking the shit out of me at the games that I played at his age. Fucking never again. I'll never be cool again. It's over. Haven't made that mistake since.
Now I don't invite anyone.
I have no more friends. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I keep checking the camera because I don't know what time. It's 23 minutes. It's 23 minutes we've been going.
It's tough though, because this kind of makes me uncomfortable. I've realized that I'm not, like, I don't connect with them anymore. Like
the youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the younger demographic, I don't really connect with them the way I used to be.
I feel like as long as we don't try to use more modern lingo.
I don't do that.
Like, because I know that even this is now outdated, but like the word bussin', I can't say it. No, there's never going to be a situation where I can use that word and be cool. And I know even that word now is not cool anymore. But like, you know what I mean? It's just not. is not for me anymore. You know what I mean?
No, we're never gonna be cool again.
I'm blown away by, and maybe this is something that every old fuck has said. I'm blown away by how quickly trends progress nowadays.
It is faster now.
It's very fast. Like it feels
like
faster
for us, and it's faster for them.
It feels like yesterday that fucking people were pointing at their inner elbow and going sheesh. You know what I mean? Like I felt like that happened last month.
I think that was a long time ago.
It was like years ago, and that's.
I
crazy.
think that was a long time ago. I think you've got disease.
A disease.
Yes.
Yeah. But no, there's been 80 fucking other trends between now and then. It's bizarre, yo. It's bizarre.
There's a new trend every day.
Every damn day. I saw somebody. There's a new
trend.
Right now,
the new trend is let's defend Russia.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Oh my god. There's a trend on TikTok right now where this it's like your face is flying through space and it plays the Reading Rainbow song. And I saw fucking no joke 20 of those videos today of people doing that with different text on the screen to be funny. And then all of a sudden there's this lady just doing the trend, she was flying. She was like, "Hey, so I'm pretty sure I invented this trend. I did it as a joke 2 days ago, and I see that I'm the first one on the list when you click on use this sound and you see all the videos doing it. But I am absolutely terrified about how fast this is spread. I feel like there's at least one of these every other video that I watch now, and I did this 2 days ago, and now it's all I'm seeing, and it's everybody's doing.
That's scary.
It's freaky, dude. Ugh. How cool would it be, though, for real, to do a thing and become a viral sound or some shit like that? I feel like that would be hit you in the feels, you know what I mean? That you got to be a part of something like that.
I don't know. The viral video thing, the viral sound, the viral anything, right? Mm. It's like the lottery.
Yeah.
And then what we're doing is going to work.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah.
We'll probably have a payoff eventually.
Eventually.
Whereas with a viral video, you might get that one big win. If you go to work every day, you might also still get a viral video.
Or just a virus.
Virulent viruses.
Videos. Yeah, man.
Okay.
I've got a fucking, what I'm doing now, I didn't realize when I started doing content.
This is what I'm doing now.
I'm just sitting here stroking my face. I didn't realize when I started doing content how much planning was going to be a part of it.
Oh, fuck you. I hate it. I'm not... See, planning is not my strong suit.
Well, that's the thing. When I'm on TikTok...
I have 4 kids.
Yeah, right. Forethought is not here. Yeah. With TikTok, I used to just be I want to talk about this today, so I'm going to make a video about it. And now, I just got a new phone, and when I deleted TikTok off my old phone, I lost almost 500 fucking drafts.
Damn.
Of videos that I had been planning to do and just never got around to.
They don't shoot that up to the cloud?
No. When you delete the app, it's on. And so when you get a new phone, you lose everything.
See, that's what's wrong with these Chinese manufactured applicant notes.
Dude.
But there is some truth.
Yeah,
because it's the way they want to control the content you put on it. That's why they make it so hard to have access to your own content.
Right.
Created. No, but we'll come back to that.
I was going to say that come back to that would be about the Chinese thing is that the amount of flat out fucking racism whenever you criticize TikTok on anything, because there are a lot of things to criticize TikTok on, and I make videos with some regularity now saying, hey, TikTok fucking sucks for these reasons, let's talk about it. And here's the problem. And every single time, no matter what I'm talking about, but especially if it's something about content control, like my video got taken down, but really if it's anything, well, it is a Chinese app. What the fuck does that mean? And they're oh, well, the Chinese government's controlling the propaganda and the media and all shit.
No, it's not that the Chinese even. First of all, no. I mean, I think we've talked about this on the show. There, the whole American office that was put in place.
Yeah.
But secondly, when I say Chinese app, I mean from the business side.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. I'm just saying
because the way they do business and go ahead.
I was just gonna say I get entirely what you're saying. What I'm saying is anytime you're hey, TikTok really should pay creators more. Well, they're Chinese. Or TikTok censored didn't censor my video. They took it down or they muted it or whatever. Well, yeah, they're Chinese. Of course they took down your video. And it's like, or hey, why is there so much like white nationalist hate speech on this app right now? Well, they're Chinese after all.
See, that doesn't really make sense, though.
Doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
That one doesn't even fit.
It's just racist. It's just, I don't like it. Oh, well, it's Chinese, so it makes sense. And, like, that fucking kills me.
That is weird. You gotta stop hitting the couch, man.
I can't.
Put the fucking phone down.
I'm flipping it about.
But yeah, so what I'm saying, which is kind of a separate thing from what we're talking about, but
right.
is that they really control what you put on there.
Yeah.
That's why they have the watermarks and all that shit.
They want money.
That's why there's so many apps that have made a killing off of providing the service of letting you edit and make basically a TikTok style video.
Yeah.
Before you upload it to TikTok.
Yep.
They're just copying the features into a separate application because at least then you can pay them $9.99 a month and you own the shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up, but it's also that's a part of it, and and they want to control the content because at the end of the day, if you make a viral video but they own it, they can do whatever they want with it.
Yep.
And you could say Chinese copyright law is pretty fucking loose.
Yeah.
They're like, copyright? What for?
Exactly. Yeah.
You'll understand that.
Fucking also.
You'll understand.
Oh shit! Ad break happens. Yeah, ad break is now. And we're back. We're back to it now. We connected it. It is connected. Fucking also, the other thing we were talking about was the planning side of content creation.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I started doing the Reacteria things the same way. I was just like, I want to talk about this, and I found another video and I want to talk about it, and like, I might want to. This video came across my desk. I want to talk about it. Now. I have someone saying, hey, we want to sponsor you, so like we need you to make like 7, and so like I need to go find 7 things to react to, and like that feels very weird. You know what I mean? Like to plan out, and it's for like the year. They're like, we want you to make a video in this month and this month and this month.
So you need to make sure you do it.
Yeah. And so, like, that's cool. I would love to do that. That sounds amazing. I would be very happy to work with you. But, like, it feels very strange to not be very off the cuff as I like to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no. No, I don't really know. I guess because to me it seems like your stuff is pretty well... I don't want to say rehearsed, but you have an outline and you know what you're gonna say going in. It's not like this show where we
are just completely fucking random.
Yeah, where I come sit down and we just start screaming.
Yeah, I have a general idea of what I'm doing with those, and then I also have like the Evolution series, which I am finally fucking recording, hopefully, because I apologize to my patrons on that, because I was like, I know I was supposed to get this out in February, just shit got crazy, dude. I was not able to do it, but like. I've got those. I've got several that I'm working on over June, and like, that I don't think I've told anybody publicly what I'm doing, but I've got several things I'm recording in June that I'm planning on making videos. So like, I've got like a bunch of shit to do, and like planning it like several months out, and like coming up with scripts and ideas is bizarre.
I would think it would be pretty difficult to. I don't know what happened there.
You sure it's all weird? Yeah.
It's all weird. Oh, God.
So I'm gonna spend like.
I'm
gonna spend the bulk of May writing videos to film in June, to edit in July, to release hopefully by August.
It's kind of like it's terrifying actually, because it's kind of like let's say we were working on like a movie together or something, like just a random thing. And we're making a movie. I didn't realize this about movies for a long time. And it's not always like this, but a lot of times it's like this. You do all this work for 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
All this writing and scoring and fucking shit, all this insane shit. You just work and everybody's working. Hundreds of people are working on this thing. And then you go out to the desert for 2 days. And you got to get everything you wrote down on this fucking camera.
Yup. It feels strange.
And it's terrifying because that's why like it's such a stressful job, right? Is because like it's like there's all that normal work stuff they're doing that's fun and stressful, and but they love it. They're doing the work and shit. But then you have it's fucking launch day, it's go day, it's fucking time to make the shit happen, and that's what's terrifying about any kind of content creation. I think it's similar. Mm-hmm. It's not the same, but it's similar. Like, like, okay, I have this much time to get this stuff done, and then I have this window where I'm gonna have to get this thing done.
Exactly.
And it's got to be shot, edited.
I feel like it would be a lot easier if I had an editor. Like, if I could just spend a week just recording like crazy and just email the files to a dude, and he could just beep, boop, boop for however long he wants to do it and edit them.
Well, you can do that.
I could do that, but I won't, because I don't trust anybody to do it right the way, because I have insanely high standards, and like that's saying something considering the fact that my early videos look like fucking garbage because the software, but like I'm just really nitpicky. I don't want to say I have insanely high standards to say that all my videos are great. I just mean like I'm really, really, really picky about how I want things to look.
No,
and
I understand.
I mean? And also, I wouldn't want to send anybody the fucking, for a 20-minute video, I usually record for about 2 hours.
Like,
so I wouldn't want to send everybody the fucking, like, me saying the same thing 8 million times, but slightly different to see which way sounds better.
It's really funny when it's collaborative effort, too, because I don't know, anybody who, like, has done stuff like that with somebody else will know what I'm talking about, but you'll have these conversations that sound almost like fights.
Yeah.
But it's just two different opinions about the way a thing should look.
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, you're both fine.
Yeah.
And you agree to disagree and you pick one or whatever. But like, or it's like when you're planning a show, it's like, and deciding what the format's going to be and all that shit. You're trying to nail down how you want to do it and stuff. There's some intense moments where you're like, I think that's going to look like shit.
Yeah.
Or I think that's going to, I don't think we should do it that way. And your friend's like, oh, but like it's part of it. Mm-hmm. And like, there's a lot of that. And like, so you can't put too many feelings and shit, especially when it's a collaborative thing. But like, there's a lot that goes into it, and then the end result gets picked apart in the comments.
Yeah, section. Everyone's like, "Hey, no matter what." People are like,
that's why, like,
terrible,
I think it's okay you should critique movies and complain about them. It's fun, bitch about it. It's fiction anyway. Who cares? But I do feel bad for people who spend like years making a game or a movie or an album, and then people just fucking
shit.
I could have made a way, but it's like, no, come on, man, you couldn't, or you wouldn't be going to the movie theater once a week. You know?
Right, exactly.
Like, if you could make movies, you would do it.
Yeah,
and it's not that easy. I understand that. Like, and people should be allowed to criticize things. Again, I love reviews. I love when people are like, this thing sucks, and here's why. This character should have been written this way. Yeah, it's fine. Mm-hmm. It's interesting to me. But it's not, like, important.
Yep.
It's not important.
Whereas
a discussion like last week we had about representation, like, those are things that actually are important and do matter.
I found this. The band Jet released an album called Shine On. And Pitchfork magazine, which I guess is a music review magazine. I don't know. But like, yeah. But apparently they're real big. So in 2006, Jet released this album called Shine On, and Pitchfork magazine reviewed it, and the review that they released was just a picture of a monkey pissing into its own face. And that was it. They just nothing else. The whole review was just this picture of like this, I think it was like a chimpanzee or something. I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of this. But like, their whole thing was just this fucking chimp just peeing in its own mouth. That's the whole... There it is. No, it's a YouTube clip of a chimpanzee pissing into its own mouth. And that is the entire review.
How bad is that album?
Apparently, it's pretty funny.
0 out of 0? Does that say 0.04?
It says 0.0 out of 10, yeah.
What the fuck out of 10?
So apparently it's not a great album from what I hear. Their other album, Get Born, was apparently pretty good.
One of the band members like slept with his grandma or something. There's
Oh man.
Why? So why'd you show me that?
Yeah, we were talking about people tearing apart like movies and stuff like that. Imagine that. You work on an album and you release it, and this fucking like apparently major like reviewer is just like that's all they even give you.
I was just talking about YouTube comments. That hurts. If you make an album and that's what an actual place gives you, man, you're gonna feel like shit.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna be pissed. He's gonna have you'll be pissed like that monkey. He's a fun guy, that monkey.
Oh man.
But yeah, so I don't. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Life is a box of chocolates, Forrest.
That's what I keep hearing.
You never know quite what you're gonna get.
I never know.
Scheduling is hard. I don't know how to do it. I can't. So I have a lot of stuff I need to actually do, and I haven't been doing it.
Yeah, no, I feel that
at all, and I need to schedule it. I haven't even put it in my calendar.
I
now, to be fair to myself, which I will do now, I will be fair to myself.
Mm-hmm.
If I could just be fair to myself just now, just for a minute, just now.
Be it on down.
We did have the baby. There was that. So, like, there was that going on. Yeah. But, like, I also have had a couple months to work on this shit.
That's, dude.
I feel like schoolboy Ben again.
That's exactly. This last week.
I didn't do my homework from last week that you gave us a week to do.
My grad advisor was like, hey, yo, what have you been working on in, like, your job, your whole research? Like, what's going on? And I was like, hey, I've just been I've been kind of caught up this last couple of weeks. I've been really stressed with this other stuff. I've been trying to get I've been doing a lot of interviews and things. So I was really having that time. They're like, that's cool. I understand that. This was supposed to be done over the course of a month. Like, shit. Yeah, I guess you're right, huh? So, like, I'm now trying to play catch up because I just got so focused on my career that I forgot to do my job and my degree.
I'll do that soon, too, with something that's not even important.
Yeah.
I procrastinated way too much, but I finally started.
That's nice.
Yeah, I started, and I was like, I don't think I want to do this.
Yeah, man.
I got like 5 minutes into the game I want to use for the video essay, and I was like, oh, I forgot. This sucks now. It sucks
when it's a job all of a sudden.
No, it's just I don't even want to play the game I picked.
Oh.
It's fine. Get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Pick another one.
Let yourself get into it.
I'm really excited to do some of the obscure DS games that I don't think any of the people have played.
The worst is when you're just sitting there on the couch and you're so overwhelmed by all the things that you need to do and all the things that you want to do that you end up just doing none of them. And then you end up like, I'm so fucking bored and upset and just depressed and disgruntled. I would like to do something. And so you like turn on a video game and just the second you see the on screen, you just hate it. And you turn it off and you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to put on a TV show or something. You flip it over to YouTube and the second you find a video that you're like okay with watching, after the 45 minutes of scrolling through your recommended, trying to find something that makes you not want to puke, you turn it on and the person's like, hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to talk about it. You're like, fuck you, and you turn it off and you're just sitting there for longer, just staring at the ceiling, just absorbing the fact that if you've been working on literally anything this entire time, you would for sure be less stressed now, but you just haven't, so you just won't. And you just spend several days doing that. That's the worst. I've been doing that a lot lately.
It's fine. We're going to get there. I think you and I are on track.
We are on track.
To become gods.
Hell yeah.
But I'm excited. I will say, when you're like me and you're already a family man, having another child is an excellent motivator, because it's not the whole reason, but let's be honest, like the biggest reason I want to eventually try to just do content creation full time is so that I can fucking see my goddamn family.
Mm.
Because like you really only get so much time with them as little people, and then they're big people and they got to make their own decisions, and they're already whatever kind of fucked up you made them.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to spend as much time trying to unfuck up your kids.
What you need is a harem. So that way you can rotate them out and you can have another kid every month and you never lose that high. You know what I mean?
No.
Just boom, boom.
I know what you mean.
Because you have normally a 9-month waiting period, right? But like you could just be keeping
just
on that.
Kicking them out, I know.
Yeah.
I know. But that's a lot of work.
Quiverful. That's a word I learned recently. I learned the word quiverful this week. You know what it is?
Does it mean it's a quiver that is full?
It's a Catholic thing. If you're a quiverful family or a full quiver whatever. It means you just have as many fucking kids as possible. You let God decide the size of your family. So you no contraception whatsoever and just fuck whenever you want. And you just have as many babies as you are capable of having. And you are a quiverful family is what that means. And so that's when you have those Catholic families like 40 fucking kids. That's where that comes from. I learned that word this week.
That's terrifying.
I was learning about like cults.
40 kids is too. I like these. I was learning about cults. It's Catholic Church, which is one of the biggest cults on the planet. Oh,
it's freaky out.
Anyway,
making sounds now.
That's what happens when you're possessed by the spirit of the Holy Ghost.
The Holy Spirit of the ghosty.
You go, oh.
The Father of the Son's Father.
You go, oh yeah, yeah, buddy, yeah.
Jesus. That's what it's all about. It makes you feel ways.
Intense feelings of joy.
It's fucking crazy though, because like we really like, man, we have almost 2,000 subscribers on this, and that makes me very happy. And like we're working on several different projects that I've wanted to work on since I was but a boy.
I know. That's the coolest thing is like doing.
But like I'm so fucking stressed, I don't fucking enjoy anything.
You enjoy the stress.
Well, school sucks. Once I'm done with this degree, I'll enjoy the stress of just making things.
It is. You have a lot on your plate right now, and once it's not so much, you'll probably pile something else.
I'm plateful, not quiverful.
He's plateful, and I've got like half and half going on.
Little quiver plate.
I have to work. I have to work and work and work and work and work until I die.
Until you die.
No, but I think I'll be able to make it out of the workforce and the hell that I'm in.
Capitalist hellscape.
Yeah, eventually. We're getting closer every day.
Cheers to that. To everybody.
There is, of course, all the bad shit going on.
To you and to me and to everybody listening, we hope that you all escape capitalism. We hope that you all...
Good fucking luck.
We hope that you all break the cycle.
We'll help you escape capitalism by helping us escape capitalism by buying these shirts.
Please, as we go back to the beginning of the episode, you can buy our merch in our merch store. The link, I don't think, is actually in the description right now, but you can get them at valkylabs.com.
I don't know. But yeah, I think you'll get leveled out eventually and it won't be so bad. Once that trip is behind you too, that'll be better.
Which trip?
All of them.
Yeah.
Every single one you're taking.
Yeah, I'm going to California in June, then I'm going to Israel in July, and I'm going to the Virgin Islands in October, which is actually a very fun, exciting one. All of them are fun and exciting, but October one I'm excited about the most. But, it'll be November. It'll be the very beginning of November. But, just, man, it'll be all over the place. I don't want to give too many specific dates.
Yeah, don't give anything
nobody's
specific.
like, oh, yes.
Follow Forrest, yeah.
On fucking August 15th, Forrest will be away from his home and his possessions.
Oh, yeah. I'll be here watching them, like always.
Yeah.
I always guard Forrest.
Live in my home.
With a shotgun. I do. I live in this room until the podcast.
You just wake up here when I turn the camera on. There.
Even though we constantly make references to my family.
We implant those memories.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're implanted. He knows. He's fine with it. Hey, implant the one
I've never been happier.
Implant the one where I was a grizzled veteran again.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude.
They said stolen valor, but I was like, not to me. Like,
I'm stealing my own valor.
Have you ever watched there's stolen valor videos? Have you ever watched the ones where the people are calling out somebody who is actually a veteran?
Yes.
Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite because it really highlights the one major fact that we really, as individuals who haven't served specifically, shouldn't be trying to call anybody out for what they're wearing in public. And then secondly, just as individuals in general, we shouldn't go around with cameras and try to like gotcha people.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
I'll watch you slap it.
I'll slap it again. When we turn the camera off, I'm going to slap you around a bit, you fucker. Sorry, I got a little feisty for a second.
Yeah, you're right.
But like, it's you shouldn't do that, right? Like, even if I saw somebody that I was pretty sure he was like not a real soldier, I'm not gonna fucking approach this guy.
Yeah.
Because I definitely didn't serve, right? So I have no business doing it.
Where'd you serve, bro? Army surplus.
Yeah, they do shit like that, and then but it's so karmic.
Yeah.
When they fucking when they get the wrong guy.
Yeah.
It's like, are you serious? Because it just highlights.
Did you see
so
that
much.
video of the guy at the fucking? He's at like some Republican rally, and he's like this young liberal child who's out there like, look, they got fucking skinheads here. See that? They got a fucking neo-Nazi over there. And the guy walks over. He's like, actually, I'm a veteran and I have alopecia because I carried the radio pack and it makes your hair fall out. So like, if you want to talk to me about whatever, I'd be happy to talk about my political views. It's like, fuck you, dude. Yeah. Just absolutely fuck you. Jesus Christ. It sucks. Just don't be that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. If that's what sucks is that like actual neo-Nazis and like even like skinheads. Actual skinheads were the opposite of Nazis, but then Nazis infiltrated and like kind of took over their shit, and now it's a problem, right? And so like you have what is it called? There's a specific faction of skinheads that are anti-Nazi now, and like they have to brand themselves that way. And I forgot what they're called, but like their logo looks like a Spartan helmet, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. Somebody in the comments will tell me. But like that's what's fucking problematic about all these like counterculture things is that like you see bikers and you're like, oh shit, bikers, hell yeah, this is wonderful, I'm safe here. And then like, actually, we're the Nazi bikers. Fuck, what's going on? And like we have, or is it with any of
Forrest is safe there.
Fuck you. Did you see? When it was Norm Macdonald, he had
as
his
long as
like
he keeps his mouth shut, he'll be fine.
Right. I look the part. I'm young, skinny, and Austrian, but
fuck.
But
it's so many.
I do wear combat boots on the daily, so like they'd assume, right? I had a friend once who actually did. He wore combat boots every day, and he actually did keep his head shaved, like, because he just liked that. And he was like, "I can't wear a tank top. I just can't go outside wearing a tank. As long as I don't wear a tank top, I might be okay. People will assume the best of me." But anyway, fucking like you have these countercultures that like it becomes so difficult to sort through, and it's like fucking okay, this guy here, like I see that he's flying a German flag. That's not necessary. Like that is probably fine. You're probably fine. You're probably just German. Fuck, he's got an 88 tattooed on him. Fuck.
I know, right? You have to piece everything together.
You just have to look for little signals. It's like, actually, just genuinely, like, I played football and my number was 88. Oh, that's really fucking rough, dude. What's the 14 for then? Like, you have to, or like when they had the fucking, the Republican National Convention, or no, it was the CPAC, I think it was, and they had the stage was that funky diamond, and then you outline it, it's like, oh, it's the fucking rune, and it's very clearly a Nazi dog whistle.
I saw this cross necklace not too long ago, and I looked it up for like about 3 hours, and I couldn't find the symbol. And so I'm pretty sure it's literally just a Christian cross that's problematic on accident.
Was it an iron cross, or was it a Celtic cross with a short tail?
No. So it was a Christian cross. Okay,
regular old cross.
Yeah, like a Jesus cross, right?
Yeah.
Crucifix. But it had these really long, like, blade points coming off each, like, side, like, sharp.
Yeah. It was pointed, yeah.
As on each thing, and the way they went, they made like a swastika, like, shape.
Yikes!
But I don't know.
That sounds like it's some shit. Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah.
Because the way it was so hard to tell. It literally looked like it could have just been a piece of jewelry. It was accidentally designed incorrectly.
I believe it's the Southern Poverty Law Center that has an online database. I use it all the time.
That's what I was using.
Okay? Yeah. I was gonna say because like you always, I encourage everybody to look those things up. Because
I constantly look up symbols because you never know.
The more
a dude could have a thing on his shoulder that looks like a fucking Nazi symbol.
I saw
you look it up and it stands for like fucking global peace or some shit.
I saw a dude with a fucking Templar ring on the other day. I'm like, fuck you. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, what's that all about?
He doesn't know.
That's what I'm getting. He probably doesn't know. But on the off chance he does, fuck you. You know what I mean? If you're a fucking
he doesn't. This is why another reason
because there are Templars today.
I've decided I'm going to make my own symbol and I'm going to write a meaning for it. And that will become like my symbol.
Yeah,
that I'm going to use for things.
It could be a cool ass logo or something. Yeah.
It's going to be a logo.
Yeah,
right. That's all it's going to actually be. But it'll have like the mission statement.
Right.
With it.
Like a coat of arms. Almost.
Yeah, and those things will be tied together. But it is just a logo, right?
Yeah.
And it is my own fucking like legend that I'm writing.
Yeah.
So like that's all it is. It's my own headcanon for myself.
Yeah.
But I think the reason I decided to do that was because I was like, well, what I was looking at other symbols and I was like, well, you would take these symbols and put them into a logo and stuff. But I was like, but why not just come up with your own fucking thing entirely? Because everything's been used.
Yeah.
Whatever I come up with isn't going to be completely original anyway. And then I'm going to have an artist make it look good.
Yeah.
So like, fuck it. Just make my own thing.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
That'd be nice. Yeah. Fucking, man, it's difficult. It's difficult to sort through shit.
Symbology is really interesting.
Symbology is interesting. It absolutely is.
Symbolism? Symbology?
Yeah. I think symbology.
Symbols.
Swimbles.
Fling. There's a lot out there though. It's very hard to.
That's why I get like I genuinely when people like when I'm dealing with people on the internet and they're just ignorant, bigoted, shitty, whatever. Like I do try. I'll make fun of them, but I try not to be like an asshole. You know what I mean? Like I'll either be super educational and trying to establish a bridge. Or I'm not talking directly to you. I'm talking to everybody else about what you're saying. Worst case scenario, I might make fun of you a little bit or be kind of like, hey, this is fucking wrong and here's why. But if someone is actually a Nazi or a Confederate or a Templar or something, like I get legit shitty at that point. And like I have no problem getting legit shitty. Like I think it was on TikTok actually. Normally when people say something that's just really shitty or stupid, I ignore them. Or I'll say like, this is fucking dumb and here's why. The one time I got actually just shitty was this guy commented on my stuff about his name was John Wilkes Booth, Confederate something, and his profile picture was like a MAGA hat or something like that. And he said something about, I forgot what it was, but I was like, it was about education.
You probably wouldn't even.
It was about the education system, and he was like, said some shitty thing, and I was like, I was going to explain education to you, but I saw your profile picture and your username. It's clear that education is not important to you. Right. Get fucked, Confederate. Like I'm not gonna have it. I'm not gonna do. You know what I mean? Like that's the only time I'll get legitimately just purposefully just in the mud shitty with somebody. I will try to be tactful and respectful and nice, and like even when I'm calling somebody out, I'll be respectful, but I will be deliberately cruel to a fucking Confederate.
It's amazing
Fuck them all.
how like
stay mad, traitors.
To me, it's amazing how like something Germany did. How long now?
60 years ago.
60 years ago.
Yeah.
Something Germany did 60 years ago still has. And I won't lay it all at their feet because the pogroms and all that stuff that happened beforehand. Like, it was going on long before then. It was going on since the Middle Ages and before that. They just industrialized it.
You know what I just fucking realized? What? It's 2022. I keep forgetting that it's 20 years into the 2000s. It's 80 years ago, wouldn't it be?
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, yeah. That's why all the vets are gone.
The 40s, the 40s to the 2000s. That would be 60 years.
Yeah.
Then the extra 80. I keep doing that.
So
it's like years. The 90s. I'm like, well, the 90s were only like 10, 20 years ago. I was like, no.
There's people who still think that the Nazis had it right. Mm-hmm. And we don't even completely understand what the Nazis were trying to do at this point, besides dominate the world. Mm-hmm. I mean, they find documents still from like leftover shit they find that the Germans couldn't burn at the end, that the Reich couldn't get rid of. Mm-hmm. Fucking like plans where they had plans on the board to maybe just blow up everybody. Mm-hmm. Like maybe we just do it all, right? Like. Russia has those plans right now. Like it's fucking, but it's insane. Like, there's so much. And there was occultism involved with the Nazis.
They were all over the place.
Because, like, Hitler was insane. And also because we were just stepping into, like, the modern world we know now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there were a lot of holdovers from stuff, like, you know, from 100 years before. Like, it's insane. And these ideas are all baked in. And then they borrowed all these concepts from so many places. And then baked in this white supremacist German fucking strong nationality and all this hodgepodge of like older ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And then it still fucking does shit to people today.
There's still people who think it didn't fucking happen.
Like there's people who study, but they're wrong. God.
Yeah.
There's people who honestly believe that like all the races are from different planets and shit because of what they've read and what they've studied.
There's still a lot of people who think that it was because there were several different species of humans alive at the same time, and that's where different races came from. That white people bred with Neanderthals and Asian people bred with Denisovans and like the African.
Yeah, and that a lot of that comes from stuff that they were.
It's also fucking stupid. And then there's also the fucking. Early on, when we were the very beginnings of bioanthropology, it was called physical anthropology at the time. Fucking Linnaeus was running around like an asshole, measuring people's fucking heads and writing up that black people in Africa were clearly more ape-like than the other humans out there, and so they had like a fucking hierarchy of who's the most human humans, and of course Europeans were on top. And that shit's still around today. That's why when people insult black people by calling them monkeys, that is literally
that's where it comes from.
That's not even from like modern racism. That's from classical, outdated, fucking bad biology racism from the fucking 1700s, where these fucking idiots were out there being like, oh, who's the most human of us all? Asians are just under this. Yeah, it just happens to be me.
It's me. Because I'm the one who was smart enough to ask it.
Exactly.
What's ironic is that you can see that line of reasoning repeat constantly throughout history. Then the Europeans do it to everybody.
What the fuck do I know?
And then the Japanese do it to the Chinese because they watch the Europeans do it to them.
Yep.
And then you have everything going on in Europe, every little country. The whole thing. World War II, World War I started because Germany wanted to be an empire.
I thought it was started because somebody assassinated Archduke Ferdinand.
That is why it started,
that was the
but a lot of the tensions that were rising was because Germany was expanding and they hadn't done that very much previously.
That's true.
It was French and help me, the British.
The English, yeah.
The English were doing most of the expansion in Europe at that time, and then Germany was like, oh, we can do it too, and they tried, and then it made a big old war, and then also like guns started being a thing, and that was World War One. World War One was like a bunch of people, and if you really want to know, you just go listen to Dan Carlin. But it was a bunch of people. Essentially, it boils down to this: it was a bunch of old school politics, like kings and courts and stuff like that, telling troops how to move into a battlefield situation with technology that was way newer than anything they'd ever seen. They had no idea what a machine gun was going to do.
I was going to say,
they had no idea what these gases and things
World
were
War One was the crazy shit because you had fucking like people fighting on horseback with swords at the same time as you had people with fucking machine guns and mustard gas. It was a fucking crazy time.
It was a nightmare.
It was insane.
It was a nightmare.
Absolutely.
It was insane. It was a nightmare. People and we didn't understand yet that you needed to strategize. Really, we started to.
Mm-hmm.
I say we, it's all of us people, because I guess really World War I and II, those are human wars, more than anything. Like we all learned very quickly, but like World War I, they would just send people like troops after troops after troops at a machine gun nest, just throw them at them all day.
Yeah,
you'd go up. They talk about this. He talks about it on Dan Carlin. He says they'd send a whole platoon. You'd watch 20 guys run in charge of a machine gun nest behind a little bunker. They all get cut down. Then you move up.
Mm-hmm.
Watch those 20 guys get cut down. Then you move up. 20 more men cut down. Now it's your turn.
Yep.
And everything in you is probably saying, "Get the fuck out of here! Why would we do that?"
Yep.
And like, but no, you get up, you go, you run. Because at the time, we still had that idea that it's like, oh, you die for your country, you die for the honor, the glory of battle.
Yeah.
They were telling them, sending them on trains and shit. They were putting them on these carts, telling these fucking 12-year-old kids,
yep,
the glory The camera turned off again.
Oh, bitch.
But they were talking about the glory of war, and it's ironic because in their day it was more glorious, but still the same. It's war, but they really didn't know what they were sending these kids off to.
No, they had no fucking idea, and that's where you get these ideas. I think that's was in All Quiet on the Western Front, wasn't it? Where they talked about like that.
That's a very big part of that story. Yeah,
it's like old men sending young men to die.
That's
for them.
I believe that's the beginning. Is it's their professor on a college campus is hyping them up.
Yeah. You go die for some.
And then he comes
dream.
back. One of the kids comes back to see him after the war's over, and he tells him he says he basically says you fucking lied. You sent us to die. Mm-hmm. Like you have no idea what war is. You sit here in this building, and that's true for a lot of it.
I don't know shit about shit because I forgot that 20 whole ass years existed.
Yeah. I mean, we've just been loosely rambling about war for 20 minutes.
When you hear the 80s, I still think it's 20 years ago.
I do, yeah.
It's crazy.
We're stuck that way.
It's bad. It's really bad. Anyway, this has been a fun, whatever it was we just did.
I don't know. We rambled a lot.
I am now going to edit this video and put it on the internet. So, thank you, Ben, for being here.
You're welcome. I'll do it again sometime.
Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching and whatever else you do.
I love you guys. I really appreciate that you appreciate what we do, even though it's a mess.
We appreciate that you appreciate that we appreciate that you. We thank you.
And I would still want to do this even if it didn't get bigger.
And I'm Ben.
Because you guys are great.
Let us know in the comments if you want a "And I'm Ben" t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Or I will make one.
yeah. We got to make it look cool though. Also, just in case you missed it, you can follow me at No Comfort Ben on Twitter. Some of you already have, and it's been fun to
It's the official
see some of the things.
It's the official post. Twitter of Ben on the podcast.
On the podcast. Well, it's just that it's. I've already had a couple people reach out and I like it. And anybody who has been interested in my albums on Bandcamp for under Bendrix or else, those are just free now.
Oh, nice.
So you can just download them.
Yeah.
It will give you the option if you want to pay me something dope. I need money. I just had a kid. But if not, just have them for free. That's fine. And you're allowed to use them on stream.
Free music from Bandcamp.
You can't put them in things. But you can use them on stream or a video or something like that's fine.
Free music from the Ben. The Ben.
You can't make a game with them.
Yeah.
Or a movie. I love you guys. Bye. Have a great day.
Hear that fucking Marvel?
Yeah.
Don't fucking use Ben's music without paying his ass.
They tried once.